June 9th, 2026. One day, 25 posts. And somehow, in that single rotation of the earth, the richest man alive managed to weigh in on a beheading in Northern Ireland, the collapse of Western civilization, California voter rolls, race crime statistics, and almost as an afterthought, the fact that his cars can now drive themselves through Denmark. Welcome back to the Xultimate Firehose, the show where we read one man's timeline so you don't have to. I'm Jim. And folks, this was not a light day. This was a doom scroll with a rocket attached. On a normal day, Elon posts about Mars. On this day, he posted the word enough, and it got 55 million views. 55 million for one word. I've written entire paragraphs that have been seen by 4 people, 2 of whom were me, checking if it actually posted. Before we dive in, you know the drill, and I'm not going to insult you with a hard sell. If this is your thing, subscribe so the next one finds you. Hit the like button and drop a comment telling me which of these posts broke your brain the hardest, because honestly, that is the only thing the algorithm actually listens to, and it tunes your feed toward more of this beautiful chaos. Follow DGTL Dreamscapes over on X if you want it in real time. And if you've got a friend who also can't look away from this timeline, send it to Misery Loves Company. All right, strap in. Our story begins in the worst possible place. Early on June 9th, an account called Conflict Radar posts a breaking item. A Sudanese immigrant had allegedly tried to behead a man in Northern Ireland, and in response, flash protests were being announced in at least 70 locations across the UK by nightfall. 700,000 views on that post alone. Now, when a story like that hits Elon's timeline, he doesn't scroll past. He reacts. And the first reaction comes underneath Richard Dawkins. Yes, that Richard Dawkins, the evolutionary biologist, who had quoted a Telegraph headline reading, quote, "Man attempts to behead another man in the street," followed by the police line, "No evidence of terror at this stage." Elon's entire contribution. One word, Indeed. 7.7 million views for Indeed. But that was just the warm-up. Because then a member of parliament named Rupert Lowe posts a single word, enough. And Elon quote tweets it with the exact same word, enough. And that post, that one-word echo of another man's one-word post, pulled 55 million views, 155,000 likes, 16,000 reposts. Let me put that in perspective. More people saw Elon type the word enough than live in most of the countries on Earth. And Rupert Lowe wasn't being subtle either. His longer post that day read, "We must stop harboring those who wish to decapitate children. Millions and millions need to leave or be made to leave." 44,000 likes. The temperature of this timeline by 9 in the morning was already somewhere around the surface of the sun. If the morning was a spark, the afternoon was the bonfire. Elon spends June 9th essentially live blogging the United Kingdom's unraveling, and the posts come in waves. He reposts an account called Restore Britain with the line, "Do not make peace with evil, destroy it." 59,000 likes. Then, a few hours later, he doubles down with his own words. "Only Restore Britain can save Britain. It is the only way." 14 million views on that one. When the man who owns the platform tells you a specific political movement is, quote, "the only way," that is not a tweet. That is an endorsement with a megaphone the size of a planet. Then comes the thread that really tells you where his head was at. He quote tweets an account called Inevitable West, which had posted a video caption, "Elon Musk was always right. You either fight back or you die." His response? That's what it comes down to. 27,000 reposts. He follows it with "This is the way." 20 million views. And then, in case anyone missed the assignment, he adds, "Only by protesting repeatedly and loudly will there be any change." 5.5 million views. And the supporting cast piles in. Visegrad 24 posts a photo with the caption, "This is the UK. Drew Pavlou, just endless atrocities in Britain right now." And Alice Smith warns against what she calls for calm, labeling them inhuman and manipulative. This was not a conversation, this was a mood, and the mood was set to maximum. Now we need to talk about the single most incendiary post of the day, because pretending it didn't happen would be dishonest. Around 3 in the afternoon, Elon amplifies a chart from an account called Kevin Bass, a crude cartoon graphic claiming to rank violent crime by race, and adds his own words that there are, quote, "vastly more hate crimes, especially aggravated rape and murder, per person by blacks against whites than the other way around, and that this is, quote, not remotely debatable. Here's the thing. It is, in fact, debatable. Criminologists have spent decades pointing out that these per-person comparisons get sliced, cherry-picked, and stripped of context to land on exactly the conclusion someone already wanted. The image he amplified reduces an entire field of social science to 2 cartoon faces and a pile of emoji. But none of that mattered to the algorithm. The post detonated. 8.4 million views, 164,000 likes, 30,000 reposts. By raw numbers, one of his biggest posts of the entire day. I'm not going to pretend a documentary can fact-check a cartoon in real time. What I will say is this. When the most followed account on the platform declares a contested, emotionally radioactive statistic to be beyond debate, the debate is exactly the thing that disappears. And that is the whole point. Somewhere in the middle of all this, Elon also found time to relitigate American elections. And honestly, this is where it gets almost fun, in a what year is it kind of way. He quote tweets a post about California outlawing local voter ID rules with the line, California made it illegal for any election in the state to require ID. This is nuts. 8 million views. The quoted post made the comparison that Costco checks ID, but California elections apparently will not. But the real star is Doris. Elon reposts a video from a creator named Nick Shirley, introducing us to, quote, Doris, who, according to the video, lives in California, is registered as a 126-year-old, and has voted in 51 elections. Elon's caption? Just wow. 13 million views for wow. And then he reposts Tim Pool, adding, quote, when you're rushing to find the votes to knock out the sole Republican, you don't have time to balance out the count to look plausible. 22 million views. Look, a 126-year-old with a perfect voting streak is genuinely funny, and if it's real, genuinely worth fixing. But notice the move. A single viral video becomes a nationwide indictment in the time it takes to type 3 letters and an exclamation point. W-O-W. And now for the segment that gives me whiplash. Because tucked in between the civilizational doom posting, Elon Musk also remembered that he runs car companies. In the literal same thread as the UK protest posts, he drops FSD approved in Denmark. 16 million views. The man went from destroy evil to our cars can now legally drive themselves through Copenhagen without so much as a paragraph break. Then, major improvement in safety statistics with FSD turned on in the Netherlands, and his own autonomy lead, Ashok Elaswamy, posts a tidy little list. Netherlands, Lithuania, Estonia, Denmark, the European countries falling one by one to self-driving Teslas. And I genuinely don't know how to feel about a timeline where a man tried to behead someone and FSD approved in Denmark are separated by about 4 minutes and zero emotional transition. This is the Elon experience, geopolitical apocalypse, and a quarterly product update served from the same thumb. Let's land this thing somewhere a little calmer, relatively speaking. Because while the timeline was on fire, the actual business empire kept humming. Early in the day, Elon posts interview with SpaceX CFO, 19 million views for what is essentially a corporate finance segment. Then an analyst named Aaron Burnett wades into the great SpaceX valuation debate, noting that some institutions think the company is worth half what the market will pay, while others see 15 times its current value ahead. Elon let that one sit. Starlink gets a victory lap or two. The wholesome one, Starlink helping schools in Kenya. 5.6 million views and connectivity for a helicopter business in the remote southern mountains of Chile. And then, right at the very end of the day, the engineer pokes through the noise. Tesla AI chip design engineering reviews are so great. Team is awesome. Our AI 6 chip might set a record for most amount of usable intelligence from a wafer when factoring in yield. Usable intelligence from a wafer. After a full day of that timeline, I have some notes on usable intelligence, but I'll keep them to myself. So that was June 9th, 2026. One day, 25 posts, a beheading, a movement, a chart, a 126-year-old voter, 2 continents worth of self-driving cars, and a chip that allegedly thinks. All from one thumb. All before midnight. If there's a thread that ties it together, it's this. There is no longer any separation between a man's politics, his platform, and his products. They all pour out of the same account at the same volume to the same hundreds of millions of people. Enough and FSD approved in Denmark are now part of the same broadcast. That's not a glitch. That's the design, and that's the show. If you made it this far, you clearly have the same condition I do. So let's make it official. Subscribe, because there is always a next one, and it is always somehow more. Hit like and tell me in the comments which post you would have stopped scrolling on. I read every single one, and it genuinely shapes what we cover next. Follow DGTL Dreamscapes on X for the real-time version. And send this to the one friend who keeps saying, wait, he posted what? Be the one who tells them. I'm Jim. This was the Xultimate Firehose. Touch grass. I'll see you tomorrow.